role in the safe lane. I feel like he needs levels to accelerate.
Which is fair, but I'm not sure. I have to see the Meepo come out. I feel like it can be strong, and this is probably the best lineup from EXECRATION to enable that. For BLACKLIST, I mean, they've got good scaling. You've got KP on the Doom once more. We saw a spectacular performance out from him on this hero and his Magnus, which was taken away, but I'm just wondering if BLACKLIST can play that tempo. Like, if you do shut down the Meepo early, then yeah, you can kind of just take it out of the game, just play this tempo while the Meepo tries to build up parity or a lead in comparison to the Yalk, and that can still be awkward.
I'm still a little bit concerned as well, considering, you know, it sounds like the goal is to get farm on this Meepo and try and, you know, go for an early timing. Depending on how lanes play out, I mean, you've got two heroes, the two heroes.
Slow and the Frost Shield to slow down that damage.
Yep.
So it should be manageable enough, and as long as you manage the Alk lane, again, just prevent him from getting an overwhelming start, gives your Meepo a fighting chance.
Yeah, and it's a lot of like really quite tanky heroes as well on the side of EXECRATION. Meepo can be quite tanky, although he might be in some trouble top lane, maybe just dead, as Tims will blow him up there. Got a little bit too close, KP and Tims kind of just shoot him. Just a little one sticky bomb slows all they needed. Tims even had blast off, so there's just no way out of that one, to be honest. First Blood is going to make a bit of a difference here. You know, we were more concerned about an early strong start for Meepo. First Blood does not bode very well there. Careful here, Carlo's also gonna go. Okay, man, we were talking earlier as well. I'm just so not used to techies being such a good hero that blocks the camp, so they can't really establish lane equilibrium either. I don't know if going for right click is the best idea. He's going to get skewered under tower now. This is just going to be a death from Bosku, and one, honestly, John, that he didn't need to take. I know he'll joke space created, but he's unfortunately not really getting a whole lot accomplished here for his Alchemist in the early game.
That's not what you want to see out of the Lich. Maybe at this point you might even just consider playing the lane. Super passive, try to stack up. They are getting good aggression up top, again pressuring Palos. So using this weaker laning phase of the Meepo, Palos not even choosing his skills to level yet, just pocketing those.
Maiden, you know, used to be that kind of a hero as well. Maybe it's the 20 damage nerf here to the Crystal Nova. They might go again here onto Palos top lane, by the way. I think they are. Little Frostbite there will hold him in place, but the slows, Palos ticking down, Blood Grenade defensively used, but Scorched Earth, is it enough damage? Palos just out of range here. Just barely kept alive. KP hits him with the Chain Lightning. However, Tims is dying to Carlo. Gets off one last auto attack. That is enough damage, but now KP giving chase here. He's got plenty of mana as well to continue the Chain Lightnings, and he'll get this kill come hell or high water. Down goes Carlo.
That is a lot of kills to feed out to KP. He's doing a fantastic job of managing top, pushing that advantage, showing that the Meepo is just not skilling anything. Not really able to do much with the CM lane, just crushing that lane, so slowing down that impact that Palos will want to get with some early stat items and levels up. This does not bode well for EXECRATION. Again, just down to rough lanes. Even Raven's having better time, some aggression down here.
That was a perfectly timed interrupt there on the skewer. Tino did not get the mobility back. Even through the Vanguard, they managed to kill him. Really high damage support duo here. Contest for the runes. They do poop over in the Meepo rune. Going for the self-deny. He'll get it. That's something. I mean, he's still only level 4, though, which I would say is the much more painful part about this. How important is it, though, or how much does that matter, given the kind of start that Tino's had at exciting of the runes? Oh, well, that is, unless you just blink right on in. Nice Sonic Wave here does... Oh, wow, what was that? I don't know what Bob bounced off. It must have been some terrain there on the stairs. Bosku, though, in some trouble. Finds himself directly in the pinball zone and killed off. Ooh, the dodge! No way, Bob said it's actually one of the most exciting runes as Tim's unable to connect on the blast off there. Perfect timing for an ability that I believe otherwise might have condemned him there.
Yeah, should have been a kill. Dodge close. In the nick of time.
Oh, he's going to be okay. All right. That was incredible. Only Cuckoo to die there, and what might have otherwise been at least a 1-for-1 trade. Careful top lane. They're going to try and go on to KP now, who does have Vanguard on the way, but Tino, he's going to end up skewering him back away from the courier. Vanguard still gets delivered. We'll see if that makes any of a difference. Not at all, as Bob TP's in to collect the kill using the Swashbuckle.
That's big. KP's been a lot of
Revenge kills. Uh-oh. Palos in a lot of trouble, and yep, just lots of AoE damage, more than sufficient. He's going to go down.
It's a back and forth. I feel like you still gain more for killing off KP in terms of...
These Queen of Pain's quite annoying heroes when they end up going for the Scream of Pain, Shadow Strike kind of a build. But Panko had otherwise been doing a pretty fantastic job at keeping the game pretty even. Thanks to these big stacks that they've got going on now in the triangle. Dom's going to have a still respectable timing here on this Diffusal Blade, but the more you can slow this, you know, the less it seems like EXECRATION has to stop you from really getting too much in their face and going for aggressive plays.
Like this 3-man rotation's really more of a single target pickoff lineup.
What did KP do with the Ring of Health, by the way? Because he had oh, hold on. We'll get back to that right now. Big ulti coming out. Carl's still alive and just barely because Carlo's just out of range. The Doom as well condemns Bob. A bit unlucky there for the main. I thought that Quap was dead to rights, just out of range.
Yeah, just out of range. The Doom comes in time. It's so curious for them to force that fight on mid with the TPs ready. Yeah. I figured they'd walk around the map, look for a pickoff. Because again, once you drag more heroes in, you do not have...
BLACKLIST Rivalry looking to slam the door shut here. They did just see the Swashbuckle get used as well as Shield Crash. Yep, immediately in with the stun. We'll see if they can burst him before he gets off the Rolling Thunder. Sinister Gaze. They have the Quap ulti and will commit it. Finding a Maiden in the mid says she's going to let go of the Freezing Field. Stunned up immediately by Raven, but it's Carl who collects the kill. They want one more. That's Shanks. KP actually still has the Chain Lightning. Damage is sufficient though with 4 enemy heroes here. Shanks is going to be encircled and killed off. BLACKLIST Rivalry making an incredible snap decision there to just collapse onto Execration. They didn't look ready for that at all.
Now TPing in on BLACKLIST for the defense.
Raven, no blink, just is going to find himself stunned here. Then in the meantime, I think creeps actually are after him. Arlo thought about chasing, but will think better of it. Doesn't know what's waiting for him in the fog of war. The Doom immediately onto Tino. Follow-up stun as well. The War Stomp, making sure they keep their distance though, because Bob is going to be rolling around behind them. KP gets the kill. There's the Chain Frost. Only bounces a handful of times. Tim's keeping himself alive with the mech. Nearly enough healing, but Bob eventually has got the damage for him. BLACKLIST Rivalry chasing underneath the ward of Execration, but they've got the vision now and the stuns and the damage there as Bob is cleaved through clean. Papalos with 3 Meepos now, thrice the damage for him. He's going to be able to get a big kill into Carl at 600 gold just for him, 1,000 for the team overall. Bosku maybe next as the poofs absolutely decimate him. That's a 2 for 3. I mean, kind of tough fight for you to swallow if you're Execration, but I mean, you got the tower. You got, speaking of the carry pick though for BLACKLIST, how do you think Raven's working out so far on this out? Do you think he's still striving towards that peak, or is Mega Meepo gonna, bury him?
It's going to be interesting. I feel like the Alk is better in that matchup until you get Scotty on Meepo.
All right, we'll see when that ends up coming through. For right now, Execration not super confident going for a fight. Bob was in the top lane, had just TP'd there. There's only 4 heroes as well here, though, for the side of BLACKLIST. Carl's still a bit far, but has an Arcane Rune, so he'll be blinking on over relatively quickly. We'll see what they can catch. As for now, Bosku taken on a trip. Oh no, but he lets loose now on the Chain Frost. Those are some big bounces, but a lot of tanky heroes, and now a creep wave to absorb the damage. It looks like it barely did anything.
Yeah, didn't do quite enough. Didn't even have to Mega Meepo up as well. This is the time, though, where you start to get a little bit scared of what Execration can bring out. Blink's coming out next for Palos. Yep. Tino is going for the full pipe.
He has his blink now as well, and he's on to one.
The Mega Meepo.
The Mega Meepo. They have tuned the Mega Meepo with 3,000 HP. Big RP onto 4. Sets up Bob for the roll of a lifetime here. The Skewer, Sonic Wave, everything's getting thrown out, but Raven is the last one standing here. Execration are going to be wiped here 1 by 1. So they're on to Bob. Shanks doing what he can from the sideline, but Raven is eating good here. A +2 as he's going to kill onto Bob. Seems like Carl's going to make it out alive despite that little bird chasing him down, and it turns into a full team wipe despite what looked like an amazing counter initiation. Here there is an RP available and a Rolling Thunder. Vision's now all out since Execration are going to be picked up here just barely as their smoke does break. From the side, getting ready to go on in. But Roche falling quickly. There's going to be the Chemical Rage used as well. Bob revving up the engine. In he goes. Roche finds a bash. So Carl's going to be the one to pick up the Aegis. And for now, both teams seeming, no, KP's in. He wants to find a target. Raven as well. Throws the Unstable Concoction. That's Carlo dead. Execration now. They're looking for a way out of this one. Over the land bridge they go with, what's that? The Baldur, isn't it? From Lord of the Rings, who gets stopped at the... I thought they could do it that quickly, honestly. I didn't know if maybe this is some Meepo strat. Well, certainly a Meepo strat is killing supports for free unless they counter-initiate on you. That's a lot of damage. And Raven goes in the RP, not saving Palos. And in fact, it might still just condemn Tino. Trying to TP out of this one, but Sonic Wave cuts him down. What in the world? Bosku actually creating space. Look at that. There's a Doom as well. They've managed to find Bob farming in the jungle. KP is going to be able to just kind of walk him down. Tier 2 tower, be damned, and as do you, Bob.
I mean, they're on points, BLACKLIST. Execration forcing out a lot of these pickoffs, but not respecting that Blacklist. They're right next to TP points. They've been
with Ancient Seal into Mystic Flare, lots of slows, but doesn't end up being that powerful. KP's in. He wants to Doom a Meepo. He's been silenced, though. Let's see if he still wants to drop the Doom. Indeed, he will. I think it's a Mega Meepo, though, isn't it? He is a tanky boy, 3,500 HP. Do they have the damage now? Karl's in. War Stomps as well, doing everything they can to try and get the kill here on Apollos as they're going to get the BKB off on a Raven right after he's RP'd. Apollos, he's been exploded. He's dead and out of the fight. Karl held on to the Sonic Wave entirely for that, and now EXECRATION trying to bail out of this fight. Shanks with only 4 stacks of Shield of the Scion, not nearly enough to save him here. And that's 2 heroes dead. Blacklist, they just keep finding the initiations. KP, he's just getting them all right.
It's just too much.
I never know. You know, it was funny. We were talking earlier. I was convinced Blacklist Rivalry were going to have damage issues getting through the Mega Meepo, getting through the Magnus, getting through this Rolling Thunder Pango. It has not been the case. Karl blinks up with the vision, sees Apollos here. Apollos calls in reinforcements on the Meepo. Seems like they're going to try and make a play now. In they go. A skewer back is going to kind of put Raven out of position, but there's going to be a Doom and just a dead Palos as well. That just absolutely unleashes Raven. Picks up the kill there. I didn't.
You know, you get your pocket pick Meepo. Yeah. You feel like it's a good game. Paulus has delivered spectacular performances on Meepo. They picked it into the Doom as well, but this might be a moment. There's no Aegis here on Raven. He's going to try and fight through this one. Chemical Rage acts. The damage is too high. The Doom as well. They found Apollos. He's turned to a Mega Meepo. There's going to be at least the RP, so Apollos is safe and sound for now, as Karl's going to have to buy back. Freezing Field. They're throwing everything they have at the Raven, but a big old blast off from the Meepo finds 2. That's going to be Tino down. The dime back as well immediately for Karl, as Bob doing what he can, trying to pick off the stragglers here, but he can barely catch Tim's here once on the stun, twice as well, but just where's the follow-up damage? KP threatening to drop another Doom here with the refresher, but Oz already done so. Bob being controlled, Raven and company turn, as Palos, who's Bob back, is now going to be caught by the Sinister Gaze. Raven letting loose into him. That's a dig out from the Meepo, so it saves him momentarily. For how much longer? I mean, this is just unsustainable, Jonathan. It's not sustainable at all from the side of EXECRATION. They're finding some plays, but not quite enough. It's a really strange
That's
thing.
a really good. It might just crash the game. Maybe that's the way that EXECRATION.
There you go. That's the win condition.
Yep.
Crash the server.
Crash the server. Raven just beaten into your tier 3 tower now. Did not take the Chemical Rage base attack time, by the way. Oh, they're looking for the counter initiation, but Cuckoo there in time with the save. It's not his fault this time around. Tino, just nothing he could do. Bob is at least delaying this, but just doing that here as Raven immediately gets back to work. It's going to be a Mystic Flare now on top of Boss. They might be able to get through him, but he's already let loose here on the Chain Frost. Look at the damage, it's done. Sonic Wave to follow up. GG, throw in the towel. It's getting too ugly.